Hello from Southern Ontario, Canada. It's October 22nd. So if you're watching this channel, you're watching other channels, you're watching the independent media, you're awake, you're aware, you're not a turnip. You realize we're in a fight for our very lives. Certainly the life of our nation as a democracy, which technically we ceased to be with the signing of the Supply and Confidence Agreement, which negated our parliamentary democracy. Although the NDP had been totally backing the Liberals before that. Which then takes me to Ottawa, the Freedom Convoy. Because we fight this fight on two fronts. One has been, and still is, in the streets. We saw what happened in Ottawa. The regime of Trudeau called up Daddy Klaus, the devils in Davos, sent a couple of plane loads of UN troops in and stomped us. Shouldn't say us, I wasn't there, but we the people. We were naive, gullible, and trusting. We thought everything was good in Ottawa. I mean, $20 million worth of support. How many people lined the roads? We felt hope for the first time, and we got our asses handed to us. By the way, those were UN troops, and those planes were registered to Klaus Schwab, Inc. Fact. Anyways, the second front we've been winning on all along, big time. That front is this medium, social media, the internet, the interweb, whatever you want to call it. So, the regime's response, Bill C-11, Bill C-18, both law. Even though they're not actually kind of being implemented yet, they're already working for the regime. We're not seeing news from outside of Canada on Facebook, Meta, and more will come in line. They don't want to pay the blackmail fees of the Trudeau regime that these bills, now laws, impose upon them. Some of you are seeing it on my humble channel. You can't attach links. Gone, poof, gone. YouTube won't allow you to do that. And this ripple effect grows. And again, this is before the laws are even really truly being enacted. And it's going to be no time at all till the Online Harm Act passes. You know, is that Bill C-69? Or is that Trudeau and Jagmeet's position? I mean, on the no censorship of the internet. Sorry, don't take me wrong. Anyways, we're losing now on that front. This front, social media, free speech. 3 years ago when I started this humble channel and my meager efforts, I could count how many other similar type channels there were. Now, they're countless. Millions of people in Canada and on a global level, but I'm keeping the topic here at home, so to speak. The CBC, despite, I think it's up to 1.5 billion with a B last year in funding, only 3.9% of the Canadian population watches it. What percentage of the Canadian population is watching independent media and entertainment channels like mine and others? I'm audaciously lumping myself in with some far superior channels. So, back to the streets. Yeah, we got our asses handed to us on a plate. We were naive in Ottawa. We thought singing "O Canada, Kumbaya" and giving grannies butter tarts and hot chocolates to the police, we thought it was all going good, and then it all went the Emergencies Act, right? Poof, done on the streets. So since then, we've been protesting. You're not seeing it on the mainstream media, whether you're in Canada or outside of Canada. We've been protesting on the streets ever since. I'd say there's far more people on the streets all across Canada now than there ever went through Ottawa in that well, I'll say 3 weeks, that's kind of the official time period. Every weekend, and I mean every weekend, and well, technically every day, there are people protesting on the streets in Canada. The government simply ignores it, as they did in Ottawa. They ignored it, other than for Trudeau to call everybody nasty names, and then again, they just squashed the street, so to speak. They can't squash the street now because it's spread all across the country. But it's useless. They just ignore it. Maybe a politician walks by and you're protesting. What do? Throw some flowers at him. It does nothing. It does nothing at all. This media, social media, the internet, that's where we've been winning. I mean, that's what brought to the eyes of the world what's truly happening in Canada and had happened in Ottawa during the Freedom Convoy was social media. They're not going after it without a deadly intent. Think about it.